Hey, pressing crew. I'm Danielle Liu with We Print You Press DTF Transfers. If you are feeling overwhelmed by technology and nervous about uploading custom logos to our website through our gang sheet builder or through the individual transfers, I want to give you a quick demonstration on just how easy it is. And if you get twisted around, caught up, stressed out, feel like you're doing something wrong, we are just a phone call away or an email away. We are in the office Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. A lot of times I'm there later. So you can always give us a call. Our phone number is 352-340-4343. Hit option 2 for the We Print You Press team, and we are here to help. And then if you prefer to work through email, you can always send over an email to hello@weprint.upress.com. So, one way to really expand your business is by reaching out to local businesses in your community and offering to make custom apparel and shirts for them. So not only do we print transfers in our office for all of you, all of our customers, but we also make finished apparel. So we do t-shirts and sweatshirts and hoodies and tote bags and all kinds of fun things for our local business owners. So I just this week received an order for some more t-shirts from one of our local coffee shops, and then received a small order for some work shirts for one of our local construction companies. They've both given me permission to show their logos. We are very protective of custom images when they are sent in, so you can rest assured that we do not normally show these, but I did get permission to use these two logos in this demonstration because I really want to share with you just how easy it is, and if you have questions, we're here to walk you through that process. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to weprint.upress.com. Under this custom DTF menu, we're going to go on the auto gang sheet builder. This is honestly the easiest and fastest way to go about doing this. Now, for the drop-down menu, you don't need to worry about selecting a size. The auto gang sheet builder is going to automatically adjust based on the number of transfers and the sizes that you load into the builder. We have this information listed in this drop-down just so that way you can get an idea of how pricing works. But you can basically build a gang sheet as long as 240 inches. And if your project requires more transfers than what can fit on a 240-inch gang sheet, then you'll notice after the gang sheets are built out that you'll have multiple pages or multiple sheets that you can then upload to the cart and check out. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click this Create Gang Sheet, and it is going to open up our gang sheet builder. Now, when you get a request for a local business to do some custom apparel, you want to make sure that you request a high resolution copy of their logo. And again, if you have any questions, if they send you a logo and you're not comfortable with what you're looking at, if it's the right size, if it's going to print well, email it over to us. We're happy to take a look at it. We can give you some immediate feedback on the the physical size and the resolution, and the tool will also do that for you. But if you prefer to have validation from a human, I get it. A lot of times I feel the same way. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click Upload Files. And so I already have these logos saved to my computer. I saved them right to my desktop under Logos. And so here you can see this is going to be like a left front pocket, so roughly about 4 inches wide. This design is going to be a full back. And then this design here, we actually do a full front chest on sweatshirts. So this is going to be for sweatshirts. Now, I'm going to click on the first one. I'm going to hold my shift key and I'm going to click on the last one, and that's going to highlight all of those images. I'm going to come down here to open, and it's going to open and load all 3 of those designs into my gang sheet builder at one time. Now you can do them individually if you prefer to do that as well, but I just think this is a little bit faster. So here's where I was saying that you'll get immediate feedback in the tool on the quality of your image, so resolution. So there is a direct correlation between the physical size of the logo of the file and the transfer size that you're requesting to the resolution or the DPI. So as we increase the physical size, you will see our resolution decrease. And so ideally, we want to make sure that our resolution is set at about 300 DPI at the transfer size that's being requested. Now, this particular transfer, like I said, we're doing that chest size. So I'm going to make that about 4 inches, and they need about 60 of these. So you can see I just entered my 60 quantity. The width I entered 4 inches. The height is going to default automatically. I don't need to change that at all. Now for the back design, I would like 60 of those as well. Now here we're going to go a little bit larger. We want to go 11 inches wide. And so here you can see our resolution has dropped a little bit, but the system is showing that we still have enough resolution to where we're going to get a nice, crisp, clear transfer printed at this particular size. So you can see there's kind of like a red, yellow, orange warning system, if you will, that will give you some feedback on your designs. Now, the other thing you want to pay attention to is making sure that there's no like square box around these designs. If you have a white background or a black background, please keep in mind that that will print. So again, if you do not have a way to remove that background, please reach out to us. Generally, we can remove the background from just about any image. Most times we do it at zero cost to you. If it's a very intricate design with a lot of details, we might have to send it over to our artist. In that case, there might be a small art fee, but we would certainly quote that before we do any kind of work, and you can choose whether or not you want to move forward with that particular service. But as excuse me, as long as you're over 200 DPI, the image is going to be pretty good. If this falls under 200 or you get a red error message, that is when I really recommend that you reach out to us so that we can see what kind of options we have to improve the resolution of your transfer. So that way when you receive your order, you're excited to put the t-shirts together or the sweatshirts, and you can be proud of the apparel that you're going to create for your local customer. So for Warehouse Coffee, they are looking to do about 30 crew neck sweatshirts, and they like to put this logo right on the front chest, and they like it fairly big. So we're going to, again, make that 11 inches, and the height is going to default. And you can see here that this is, still a decent resolution. Now, if I needed some of these transfers at an additional size, then all I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this duplicate button. It's going to bring that in here again. Maybe I only need, let's do 4, and let's say maybe these are going to go on a kid's, on a youth sweatshirt. So we'll make that about 9 inches wide. And so again, because we made it smaller, you can see that that resolution actually increased above 300. And so that's never a bad thing. So once you have all of your logos loaded in here and you've specified your quantities and your sizes, this is where the magic happens. You're going to click this Generate New DTF Sheets, and now you can see, in order to get all of those transfers that I just requested, and you can see the system maxed out the length that we could use, which is the 240 inches, but I actually need 2 of them to be able to get all of the chest design for the construction company, the back design for the construction company, and then the 2 different sized chest designs for Warehouse Coffee. Now you can go in, you can click Edit Design. If you wanted to see the details of your design, you can click in here. You can see this, this is just that same warning that we saw on the earlier screen. Unfortunately, it kind of obstructs your view here. But if you're wanting to see exactly how the transfers are laid out on your gang sheet, you can come in here and you can see that a bit clearer. There is a basic background removal tool. Sometimes this works great. It really kind of depends on the complexity of your design. And then there's also a remove all white. So the thing to keep in mind if you click this remove all white button is it is literally taking out all white in your design. So if you have a white background and maybe it's a design that has, I don't know, a bear with whites of his eyes. If you click remove all white, it's actually going to remove the white of his eyes as well. And it's going to make that area transparent, which means that the color of your shirt or your apparel is going to show through that area. So basically, wherever you see this grid texture means that that area is transparent. There's nothing that's going to print there. That would be where your shirt shows through. So you can see on this warehouse coffee, inside this rectangle here, you would actually see, so they usually put the black logo on like a sand color crew neck sweatshirt. So the sand color of that sweatshirt is actually going to show through the inside of this rectangle here. So, once you're good with the way that everything looks, we're going to go ahead, we're going to click your designs. It's going to bring you back to this view. And now what you're going to do is you're going to click confirm my designs. Here you're going to see a quick summary of what you're about to order. You're going to type in your email. This checkbox here is basically just to indicate that you have permission to reproduce these logos. So obviously, if you're working with a local business, you want to make sure that you do have their permission to reproduce their logo. The biggest thing that we are trying to prevent here is the printing of, kind of large worldwide or nationwide known brands like NFL teams, Disney, designers, music artists, all that. We are not allowed to print that unless you have written documentation that proves that you have permission from the brand owner to print that documentation. And again, if you ever have a design and you're unclear as to whether it's something that we, can print for you, you can always email it over to us. Generally, local businesses, it's never an issue. But you can always email it to us at hello@weprint.com, and we're happy to take a look at that for you. So once you've done that, now you're just going to hit add to cart, and it's going to drop those 2 gang sheets that we just created into the cart. And then you're just going to go through the checkout process unless there's some additional items that you want to purchase as well. Now, the other thing that I want to mention is we also offer UV transfers. So UV transfers are great for hard surfaces. So this might even be something that you could do. What I would suggest is if you just got your foot in the door with this business and they're having you make t-shirts or hoodies, what you might want to do is maybe have a custom UV transfer made, maybe a few of them, and you put them on a water bottle or a tumbler of some sort. And you could even give it as a gift to the customer as a thank you for their shirt order. Now, I will tell you a lot of times what will happen is the business owner is going to fall in love with that item and they're going to ask you a question. And that question is going to be, how much would these cost if I wanted to order them? And so now that gives you the ability to offer them another service where you can put their logo on, pretty much any hard surface that you could think of. So whether it's going to go on a coffee mug, a glass tumbler, water bottles, even on the back of a cell phone cover, you could, put the logos there. Pretty much, you're only limited to your imagination or their imagination. But the custom UV transfers are great for hard surfaces. DTF transfers, direct to film transfers that you had ordered on these gang sheet builders here are for fabric. So let's see, let me just take a quick peek at my notes. I think that's everything. So as you can see, this was super easy. You did not need any fancy software to get this done. You were able to use our website. You do not need to be a designer. There's a few simple things that you have to look for. But again, if you're not comfortable with reviewing the art, if you're just getting started, send it over. We're happy to get on the phone with you. We're happy to walk through this process with you. We are here to help you be successful. So you can call us and email us as many times as you need until you are comfortable, completely comfortable with the process. So just wanted you to see just how easy this is. You can maximize the space in these gang sheets. You can literally, drop in designs inside every nook and cranny if you're trying to maximize every square inch of that transfer sheet that you're ordering from us. Gang sheets do help you save money. So, whether you are ordering multiple logos for local businesses, or maybe you've downloaded a bunch of designs from Etsy for, July 4th that's coming up, or Father's Day, or back to school, or any of those. If you're looking to order multiple custom designs, gang sheets are the way to go. It will help you save money, and then you will get exactly what you need. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to give us a call at 352-340-4343, option 2. If you do call after hours, leave a voicemail. Those voicemails do get forwarded to my cell phone, and if I'm able to respond and answer after hours in the evenings and on the weekends, I'm happy to do so. Really just kind of depends on what my family plans are. But if you have any questions or concerns, we really want to be able to try to address those as quickly as possible. And you can also send us an email at hello@weprint, the letter upress.com. And then just to remind you, all orders $75 and up do ship free. We currently have a BOGO sale going on. So today is May 13th. In case you're watching a replay, the BOGO will likely be ended. That BOGO is going to run until this Sunday at midnight. So again, today's May 13th. After this Sunday, that BOGO will be expired. But if you are watching it before that sale ends, you'll want to use the code BOGOAPR25. So it stands for BOGO, short for April, 25 for the year. Please note that that code only works on our ready to press designs. Because custom transfers usually require a little bit more work and involvement from my team, they are not included in that BOGO. We rarely put custom transfers on sale, but if you do sign up to receive our email offer, our emails on a regular basis, this here, we get 20% off. That does work on our custom transfers. And then there's a couple of others as well. So I thank you all for your time. Please reach out if you have any questions, and we look forward to serving you. Have a great day.